All right, folks, it's officially November, and you know what that means. It's time to put up that tree before Thanksgiving and head to the theaters for all the Christmas movies, starting with The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. Yes, the title is as wholesome as it sounds, starring Judy Greer, you may know from Ant-Man, Jurassic World, and also starring Pete Holmes, plus a bunch of kids like Beatrice Schneider, who plays Imogen Herdman, and Mason D. Nelligan as Ralph Herdman, basically the Avengers of bad behavior. Directed by Dallas Jenkins, the guy behind the Chosen series, this Best Christmas Pageant Ever is based on the book by Barbara Robinson. That's a hard title to say, it's a mouthful. It's about 6 kids, the Herdmans, who are like if the worst kids in the world had a picture attached to it, you would see them. They smoke, they cuss, and generally leave a trail of destruction wherever they go. When they somehow manage to take over the local church's Christmas pageant...
You ready for this? I'm gonna be in your Bible play.
This is gonna be a real disaster.
They, surprise, learn about the true meaning of Christmas and teach the congregation a thing or two about compassion. It's one of those types of movies. Now, full confession, every Christmas I see this book on the shelves and think, what's this about? But I never pick it up. I just look at the kid on the cover and think, yeah, this kid looks like a punk. So the movie follows Grace Bradley, played by Judy Greer, who, spoiler alert, becomes the reluctant pageant director after the original pageant director breaks both of her legs. And by breaks both legs, I mean she's wheeled off on a gurney and casually chat about who will take over as if breaking both legs is no big deal. I mean, seriously, how is she so chill? I'm pretty sure I'd be yelling, for the love of everything holy, my legs. But hey, maybe it's a holiday miracle. Grace's family is all in, including her 2 kids, Gladys, who narrates the movie like Ralphie in A Christmas Story, minus the pink bunny suit, and Charlie, her brother, who's kind of the kid everyone picks on. But while Grace is putting together this pageant, the Herdman kids are wreaking havoc, bullying Charlie. And as they discover that churches serve free food on Sundays, I mean, come on, who can't resist a free breakfast? But here's where things get wild. The Herdman kids, after bullying everyone, decide that they want to be in on the pageant. Of course, the entire congregation is like, we'd rather eat fruitcake with no eggnog. But Grace is stuck with them, and she's got to work with what she's got, mainly a bunch of misfit kids, who might burn the church down, actually. And the worst of them all, Imogen, who decides that, why not, she's going to play Mary, mother of Jesus, in the pageant. I mean, if you're going to cause some chaos, you might as well aim pretty high, right? So here's the thing. It's a faith-based movie, which, let's be real and honest, can go one of 2 ways, usually one way. It's either like Fireproof, no offense to the dads, or it's a legit story that gets the heartstrings tugging. This one gets pretty close, but not quite. It's like that one Christmas sweater you wear to the office party. It's really, really cozy, but you're itchy all over. For a faith-based flick, this movie isn't horrible, but it's not a watch every year classic like Home Alone or Christmas Vacation. At least for me, those are my go-tos.
You serious, Clark?
It drags a bit in the middle, especially when they keep telling us over and over how awful the Herdman kids are, but don't have really the comedy to back it up.
The Herdmans are absolutely the worst kids in the history of the world.
We get it. They smoke cigars and feed other kids goldfish to their feral cat in the beginning at Show and Tell. But, show us more of that. We're begging for more chaos, more hijinks, more mayhem. There's a movie coming to Hulu that I think it's called The Nutcrackers with Ben Stiller that looks really hilarious. And it looks like it has more of bad kids doing bad things in a much funnier way with the same redemption story. I think, at least. I've only seen the trailer, but the trailer was funnier than this movie. There's some solid character development, though. The Herdman kids are actually fun to watch, and they do a really great job. Imogen, in particular, really shines. Judy Greer, as always, is the MVP here. She's that mom who wants to help, but also low-key fears for her life. You can see her trying to juggle the let's be kind with the please don't let the kids burn down the church at the same time. As for the comedy, well, It's fine. You know that type of dad humor that you hear at the dinner table? That's kind of the vibe here. It's not bad, but it's not, Christmas Vacation funny.
That thing had 9 lives. She just spent them all.
We don't get elf-level hilarity, but we get a lot of, oh, they said that?
They're a poor influence.
It might be the first Christmas pageant in history where Joseph and the wise men get in a fight.
It's very safe, very church dinner table humor. I'm not expecting edgy stand-up, but a little more cleverness wouldn't hurt. I did like how they did the cussing kids in a way that was, I think, in slow motion without sound. That was actually pretty funny. It was pretty clever for a kid's Christmas movie. As for director Dallas Jenkins, major props. Directing a cast of kids can be like herding cats, but Jenkins handles it with ease, or it seems that way. The cinematography is your standard Christmas movie fare. Lots of static shots and dolly push-ins, but the lighting, especially in the third act, really added some emotional weight for a faith-based movie. I was kind of surprised. Now, there are a couple of moments that made me scratch my head, like, again, when the pageant director gets wheeled out after breaking both legs, and she's chatting casually with everyone like it's just a scratch. And then there's the Angel of the Lord pageant scene, where the smallest, most vicious Herdman kid is supposed to make a dramatic entrance, but she kind of pops up at the last second like she's hiding behind a tree or something. Not the most divine entrance, but the next scene, they are calling for her, and then there's no one there, and then she pops out. I think it was a mistake that the editor didn't catch, because it's very slight, and if you don't see it, you'll barely miss it. The score is fine. It's not bad, but it could have been a little stronger. The music's okay. The film had a budget of $10 million, and I feel like a bit more could have gone into the music, but maybe next time. But at the end of the day, the film nails the true meaning of Christmas.
Jesus was born for the Herdmans as much as he was for us. We'll be missing the whole point now if we turn them away.
It's compassion, acceptance, and not judging people for being terrible, because we've all been terrible at some point. It's a sweet, wholesome, faith-based message that nails it. I just wish it had a little bit more mischief and, more fun. So overall, the best Christmas pageant ever gets 2.5 stars out of 5 for me. It's a nice movie, sure, but it's not going to be on my annual watch list. If you're looking for stronger comedy or something with a bit more edge, you might want to look somewhere else. But it has a really good ending. It has a really good story. It's got a great message. But hey, if you got kids, or if you love a good redemption story, this one might be your jam. What do you think of the best Christmas pageant ever? Do you think it's going to be the next Christmas classic, or am I just a big old Grinch? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews. And thank you for watching. It really means a lot. And remember, don't wait till it's streaming. Let's go to the movies and let's see it together.
Merry Christmas!